Let's see if I could put the iPad here. So like that, I don't gotta look this way for the comments. I hope you guys can hear me this time. The retrograde is like, we didn't get you kick your ass good enough during the season. So like, we gonna come kick your ass now, yeah? That's what the retrograde is on. Can you guys hear me now? How about now? Good. Y'all remember that commercial? Or I'm showing my age here. Loud and clear. Can you guys see me good too? Because I feel like before it was mad blurry. I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. At all. Oh, maybe actually I could kill two birds with one stone here, because I was about to tell y'all about to be a little bit wobbly. That's the only downside of this setup. But if I put the iPad behind y'all, come on, you see? Listen, this whole intro is literally a whole fucking download, because there's something that's going on that got you feeling like, I just can't do it. I just can't figure it out. I don't know if this is at work. I don't know if this is personal. I don't know if this is something you're trying to build. I don't know if this is a relationship. I don't know what it is. But I literally put in the title, changing something that you thought you couldn't change. And literally, listen, my members, y'all gonna see after this live, because I'm literally loading a video for y'all, the fucking drama that I went through to be able to get this up. And then all of that, and it wasn't good. But instead of losing my marbles, I said, you know what, we're going to figure it out. And right now, I feel like this setup is better than what I had here. Because I didn't like that on the computer, it was going to be like blurry. So you guys were going to have a hard time seeing the cards. And my OGs on this channel, y'all know that I have a thing. Like, I need y'all to be able to see the cards. And anytime I've done readings where y'all couldn't see the table, I talk about it the whole fucking video, the whole live. It bothers me the whole time. So this ended up being better than what I thought it was going to be. Which is wild, because I literally put it in the fucking title of the video. So with all that being said, happy new moon day. Big shout out to all my Virgos. Shout out to all my Leo Virgo cuspers. And shout out to all my Leo Virgo cuspers who have a birthday today. Today is an OD special day for me. Today is not only my father's only brother's birthday, but it's also my goddaughter's birthday. So big shout out to all my Leo Virgo cuspers. Welcome to Virgo season. Many of you guys should know that this is the first of 2 new moons in Virgo. It's about to be a thing. And again, for my OGs, y'all should already know. Fall comes around and your girl, like, something reignites under her ass. You heard? So, I ain't gonna give y'all like a whole schedule and a whole spiel, but we definitely gonna be coming back live more regularly. I'm still waiting for the fucking, I see that there's chats coming up on the screen, on the phone, but y'all know I'm blind. And frankly, I have my glasses on all morning, so they hurted me back here. So I got them off, but the screen is loading on the iPad. God willing, we ain't gonna have a problem with the comments, because I do want to talk to y'all, not just pull cards. And I know it's Saturday, so don't kill me, but like, I'm gonna leave this video up. I'm not gonna delete it, because we're gonna be on here for a while. I literally canceled a few things that I was gonna do today. Like, I pushed something back and I canceled on something, because we're gonna be on here for a while. I literally have like, I got like 8 decks on the table. We're gonna be here for a minute. You heard? I missed y'all. I missed y'all something crazy. You heard? And I got the big boy with me today. So we here. And some of us are queer, but that's okay. Hi, Bramilda. All right, the comments is up. We good. We Gucci. We Gucci. We Gucci. We in business. Look at us. Learning. Hi, Bramilda. Hi, Courtney. Aunt Mo Tarot. I feel like I've seen your picture before, but I don't remember the name. So maybe you changed your name? Either way, what's up? Running with V. Hi. Chinche. You're. We gotta stop running into each other like this. Okay? Crystal clear this time. Okay. Good. Hi, QL. Shayna! Yeah! Yo, I'm mad geeked. I'm mad geeked. I'm sorry. I know I seem like mad hype. I've been on the members. Like, I need to get back on my lives. I need, literally, like, the members. I don't know if there's any members in the chat right now, but, like, the members know. I literally been, they sick of me. They sick of me. Sick of me. They just like, why you just don't go live? Hold on. Let me get a little chair so I could be comfortable with my feet. Like I said, we're going to be here for a while. Matter of fact, what snacks you brought, Chinche? What snacks you brought? My mom's birthday. Today, the 23rd? Happy birthday, Mama Mo. My goddaughter just turned 17 on the 21st. Ugh, 17. You just gave me a hot flash, bro. You just gave me a hot flash. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to your goddaughter. I missed you guys too. Whew. Hot flash and it's hot outside. Lord. Anyway, let's get into some cards. A little bit of cards, but I'm gonna be tapping in with the chat. It just feels good to be home. I feel like I was on a long ass trip. That's what it feels like to me. First card out is the Six of Cups, right? Oh, I'm tweaking. Definitely the Six of Cups. First card out. The first deck before I get in, right? Look at me. So rude. The first deck I'm tapping into or tapping in with is the Zodiac Tarot. It's this one. For anybody who's like wondering. And like I said, the first card that flew out was the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. Listen, I said it in the title. I said it in the title. Changing something that you thought you couldn't change. Changing something that you thought you couldn't change. And it's real interesting because the other thing that I put in the title was putting something to rest. And I know the title, I hope I put it for this one. Because to be honest, when I did this title for the second live link, I kind of rushed through it. So I hope I put the thing like dividing so that you guys can know it's two different messages. Because I was just going to say whether the messages on the title are of the same situation or different. The way that I intended them to be were different. They were different downloads, if you would, if you would. But if you're applying it to the same situation, like changing something and finally putting something to rest, run with that too if it resonates, you feel me? But the way that it came in for me, because even if it's romantic, like I said, this is something that you thought you couldn't change. Whether you thought you couldn't change and be apart for good, or you thought you couldn't change it and get it together for good, it's gonna, it's gonna hit different. You guys already know the deal. Ain't none of y'all new here. You heard? Like even for the ones of y'all subscribers that are new, y'all not really new to tarot, I would imagine. So y'all should already know this. But I don't know why I'm hearing this song, because I don't really do Drake like that, and I'm pretty sure this is a Drake song. But they're and it's funny because Chinche's like, my goddaughter just turned 17. I'm pretty sure Chinche's goddaughter would know this song. This is like the teenagers really know this, but it's a Drake song, pretty sure. And he says some shit, and then he goes, I just flipped the switch, something something something. It's a Chinche might know this song. This is a Drake song, but flipping the switch is like something just changed. I just changed something, and I'm tight. I can't look it up because now I'm using the phone to go live, so I can't even Google this. But this is I'm pretty sure this is a Drake song. It's gonna feel like that though, like a flip of the switch. Like it's gonna go from, it's gonna be, to other people it might look drastic from the outside. For whoever I'm tapping into, not that it doesn't feel drastic, but I don't even know how to put this into words correctly, because it just feels to me like I don't want to take from no one's experience. I don't want to say someone didn't put the work in, because I do feel like someone put a lot of work into this. I just feel like the work that someone put in to something had to be internal. even if this is work related, this is a lot of work that someone had to do for themselves to be able to figure out how to get this to work. Whether it's a fucking program that you're trying to learn, whether it's a job, whether it's, like I said, a relationship, platonic or romantic. It just feels like there was a lot that had to go into this. So it's not, I don't want to negate that when I say flip the switch. To other people, it's going to feel like, well, what the hell? Like, you all the way brand new. Since when? You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's going to feel for other people looking in. Somebody could be, somebody, because we tap into every single polarity on this platform. That's how we do things here. So somebody may actually be trying to push forward the image that they've put a lot of work into something, or that they have done a lot of work in regard to something, whether it's their inner self and their behavior and shit like that, their character and things, their healing, whether it's that, or it's like someone trying to make it seem like they put a lot of work into something, like a business, right? Someone could be careful. This is where discernment comes in, because be careful with this. And I feel Spirit is like, discernment will tell you, did they put the work in? Like, you're going to see it in their patterns. If someone's trying to convince you that they figured out how to do something in regard to work, even if you didn't see all the work they put into something, you'll be able, your discernment should be able to see, okay, this is where this is at. This is how this is, you know what I'm saying? This is how they're moving. This is why I didn't see this certain part. Discernment, because I have the 7 of Pentacles on the table. First of all, the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups a lot of times speaks of soulmates. I know a lot of people, a lot of readers look at the 6 of Cups as reading it as a reconciliation of some sort, or like a, I guess you could say, a rebranding. Again, depending if you're talking about a relationship or, you know, something out of that. But the 6 of Cups, to me, I always look at the 6 of Cups as, like I said in the title, it's something that you, whether you put energy into this or you was manifesting this, trying to manifest this, the whole point is that there was something already here. There was something already substantial. This isn't new, is what stands out to me for the 6 of Cups energy. Now, Cups, we already know, is emotion, whether it's passion that you have towards something, right? Again, business related or a project or something. Or it's like passion that you have toward a person. Again, soulmate energy. I just, with that 7 of, because it's the 7 of Pentacles that came out with it. And so the 7 of Pentacles for the last, probably like the last year, maybe the last 2 years, the way we've been reading the 7 of Pentacles is really a depleting energy. That's how it's come in for me a lot of the time. And not to say that the 7 of Pentacles is a negative card, but the energy is almost always very depleting for me, because it always gives off the energy of someone trying every single avenue, trying every single approach. Like I said in the title, something you thought you couldn't do. Why did you think you couldn't do it? Because you've already put in time after time after time. Pentacles speaks of years if we're talking about time, right? So we're looking at a 7-year cycle. Something you've been trying to change for 7 years. Something you've been trying to figure out for 7 years. Something you've been trying to build for 7 years, right? If we're talking about time. Or if we're talking in reference of time. Because even if it's not like a 7-year cycle, even if you haven't been dealing with a person for 7 years, it still stands that the energy is slow, because Pentacles is the slowest moving. And it still speaks of the effort, the countless amount of effort that someone has put into something. So again, for the millionth time, and we're only like 20 minutes in here, the title is something that you thought you couldn't change, something that you thought you couldn't fix, you couldn't tweak, you couldn't build, you couldn't reach. Something that you thought you couldn't change. And it feels like that Drake song, I just flipped the switch. It feels like I just woke up one day and I'm like, this is what it is. If this is romantic, this is the energy of like, I'm trying to make something work. I'm convinced this person is my soulmate. I'm trying. And you could wake up one day and realize, well, listen, if I'm the only one that's going to be sitting here trying, how many of us believe that we only have one soulmate, right? Because then that's a whole nother thing. Because somebody here, if this is romantic especially, somebody's looking at this like, listen, you either in or you out. And if you out, cool. It's that simple. I just flipped the switch. But like I said, for other people looking in, they're like, wait, what? Hold up. Somebody, if this is pertaining you and one other person, whether it's romantic or not, somebody's like, wait, hold on. Hold up. Because how you, and I tapped into this yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was yesterday with the members. I think I did 2 uploads for the members yesterday, which I'm pretty sure I cleared the first one. The second one, I don't even think I cleared yet. But there was this energy of somebody saying like, so we just gonna act like none of that happened? Like we just gonna act like you just gonna walk away and be cool with that? Like, even if it's not romantic, there's an energy of people like, so you don't, you were trying to do this for 19 years. And all of a sudden now you cool on that? Like all of a sudden, again, the energy of Drake. I just flipped the switch. That's the energy here. I should have put that in the fucking title. I honestly don't feel like you flipped the switch though. I honestly feel like this is energy, first of all. And I feel like whether this is spirit, whether this is God, the universe, whatever it is you believe, right? The switch that got flipped, I don't think it was you or anyone else for that matter. I feel like it's the energy. It's the energy. You have put the work into something. And again, I want to bring this back that if this is romantic or even a platonic friendship, if this is some type of relationship regarding you and another person, even though you put in all the work to make the relationship work, or you put in the work to make the friendship withstand, what changes, even if you don't stay with the person moving forward, or even if it doesn't, go that way, the energy of the 7 of Pentacles validates for me that spirit is basically saying, listen, because you put in all this work, all this work wasn't put in vain. This was all that, listen, I'm not big on the Bible. For those of y'all who are new here, I've never even read the full story, the full book. But I know that there's a story, and I couldn't even tell you names because I'm not familiar with it. But there is a story in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken, because now devil energy is trying to get me confused as to, is this even from the Bible? Listen, the point is, there's a story about a man and a rock. Fuck the semantics. There's a story about a man and a rock. And every day God told the man, you need to push this rock. 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 And the rock is like a big ass stone, like a big ass boulder, right? And every day the man got up and the man tried to push the rock, try to push the rock. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Years go by, however many decades, hundreds, centuries go by, whatever the fuck the story says. The guy says, I give up on this. Like, it's not going anywhere. I'm not able to push the rock. And God tells him, well, I wasn't telling you to move the rock. I was telling you push the rock. Like, push it. Try to push the rock. I knew you couldn't physically move the rock. I wanted you to get stronger. It wasn't never about the rock. It was about you. Because I know I butchered the fuck out of that story. And if anybody in the comments or in the stream, even if you're watching this after, because like I said, this live stays up. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've ever heard the story, or if you know where it's from, put it in the comments. Because now I'm like, where the fuck did I hear this at? Because I know this is something that I've heard. Like I said, I'm not big on like the Bible. I've never read it fully. So I think because it's God that's telling the guy to do it. That's why I'm feeling like this is from the Bible. Either way, the point is, The rock. God is telling someone, move the rock. Push the rock, push the rock, push the rock. God never said move the rock. You were never going to move the rock, right? So somebody, if you're putting work into the relationship, this is somebody's putting work in, putting work in, putting work in. And what would you be doing when we say you putting... I know the wind didn't just knock down a hammer. I know the wind didn't just knock down a fucking hammer. A hammer. Yo, when I tell y'all, a hammer. Anybody else freaked out? Because, hold on. Hell no. Ain't nobody out here but me. The wind just moved the hammer, knocked it down. I know y'all heard it. I know y'all heard it. Like a hammer. This bitch is fully intact. When I tell y'all, bro, my hairs, yo. Listen. Listen to me, Linda. All the work that you would have to put in, what would that entail? When somebody's saying, I've been putting in the work, I've been putting in the work, I've been putting in the work, what would that work entail? Whether we're talking about a romantic connection or not, what would that work entail? That work would entail personal development. That work would entail you making yourself better every day, to be more understanding, to be more compassionate, to be more forgiving, to love yourself more, to uphold boundaries, X, Y, Z, all the things to be able to make something work even with another person. All the work, if you're saying you're doing the work, what is that work that you're doing? The work would have to be work that you're doing on you to make yourself better. So for those of y'all where this resonates as a relationship, but the relationship is no longer, and so you're sitting there like, well, then what the fuck was the point, right? The point was always you. The point was never the boulder. God told that guy, you have to push that rock. You have to push that boulder. You have to push that boulder. You have to push that boulder. And every day, every day, every day. And the guy was doing it every day. And every day he was getting stronger, but he didn't realize it, because what he was seeing was that he wasn't moving the rock. The point was never to move the rock. And for somebody, this feels specific, so I'm not going to stay on this piece right here for too long, but somebody is making me feel like I've tried to do the work and I'm doing the work actively, but this person isn't changing. This person hasn't changed. If anything has gotten worse, this person has gotten worse. And so nothing really has changed. You've changed. You've changed. Because even if the person got worse, or even if the person is still on the same time, you've learned to love yourself enough to where now you can walk away from that. Where in the past, you were making excuses, you were enabling, you were turning a blind eye to it. You didn't love yourself enough. You didn't have that self-love or that personal development enough, that discernment enough to move away from something like this, which is what got you in the situation to begin with. The point of you doing the work is never about them. It's always about you. What have you learned? Where have you changed? What have you changed? Moving forward, what would be different the next time you fall in love? Because I would hate for somebody, if this, especially if this is romantic, I would hate for somebody to be like, yo, it didn't work out with this person. I spent 7 years with this person. Fuck love. Because then you're doing yourself a disservice, and that tells myself, that tells spirit, that tells the universe that you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything. Because it's never about them. It's always about you. When you that's a projection. If you're sitting there and you're saying, well, it didn't work out with this person and I'm not going to put myself through anything like that again, so I'm just going to stay away from people. What you're telling the universe is that you don't have no self-control. You didn't pick up on no discernment. You didn't do no personal development work. Like, you don't have the tools necessary. This hammer, I'm gonna play this shit back. The wind knocked over the hammer when I'm telling y'all about a fucking story about a guy that thinks he's supposed to be moving a rock. Shit like this should not surprise me. If you've been with me long enough, we're about to be 6 years on this platform, which is insane for me to think about that. We made this page October of 2019, if I'm not mistaken. We're about to be 6 years on this platform. Shit like this always happens to us. And if you're in the members, or if you were previously in the Patreon, which most of my members were previously in the Patreon when we were on Patreon, that hammer is literally nothing new. Shit like this always happens to us. I literally just pulled cards for the members yesterday morning, and I pulled out a deck. Yo, it just fell. That's how true it is. In New York, when something falls, that's how true it is, right? I just pulled out this deck, right? And my members, even if you guys are watching this after the fact, you guys can vouch for this. This deck, I got this like 4 or 5 years ago, right? 4 or 5 years ago. Sound like I said 45. I pulled this shit out yesterday. I haven't pulled from this deck in fucking over a year. Over 2 years, probably, right? I pulled, I'm shuffling, I'm talking to the members. The Moon in Virgo one comes out. My jaw hit the floor. Because I'm like, yo. And I said it yesterday in the reading. And like I'm saying now, this shouldn't surprise me. Because shit like this has always happened with us on this platform. Always. Always. Anyway. The boulder. The hard-headed person. The narcissistic partner. These people weren't supposed to change. These things were never going to change. The business that you were building for 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, however long for everybody's going to be different, was never supposed to take off. That was to build you. That was to teach you. That was so that you can understand. Because there is something better for you. I always make the reference to the picture of the meme. There's a meme of, I always talk about this. There's a meme of a guy that's supposed to be Jesus and then a little girl. And the little girl's holding a teddy bear that's like this big, right? And she's holding on to that teddy bear for dear life. No hay que lo quita. Like, she's not letting that shit go. And the guy in the picture that's supposed to be Jesus got his hand out, telling her, let me get the bear, right? The thing is that the Jesus character has a bigger bear behind his back. Like, the shit is almost bigger than him. And so what the picture's supposed to represent is that if you trust him, right? Whether you believe in Jesus or not, whether Jesus for you is Allah, whether Jesus for you is just an energy, or Jesus is a woman, whatever you believe, that's, more power to it, right? The point is that no matter what you believe, we all believe that it exists, right? And so in the photo, the point of the photo is, trust me, give me this, because this little thing is nothing compared to what I got for you. Homeboy couldn't move the boulder, but he was 10 times stronger, right? Just like you couldn't change the narcissist, but now you're 10 times stronger. See if you're going to deal with another narcissist again. See if you're not going to be able to spot one from a mile away. See if you're going to enable somebody in your life, whether it's a romantic partner, whether it's your mother, whether it's your child. See if you're going to still allow the same shit you was allowing when you first got into that. Because if the answer is yes, then you haven't learned, right? And so there won't be no change. The switch gets flipped, and this resonates even and is validation, because I said it in the beginning of this live stream with the flipping of the switch. When I heard the song, I struggled with it a little bit, because I was saying it sounds simple, right? In theory, flipping the switch sounds simple, but I don't want it to be misconstrued with the fact that someone hasn't put in the work. Because flipping the switch isn't that someone didn't put the work in. There's a lot of work that someone's put into something. But to other people, it's going to look like it was just a flip of a switch. But really, there was a lot that went into that. It took a lot for somebody to even get to the point where they could do that. And so whether you're coming out of something and you feel like you have nothing to show for it, you need to sit with yourself and really understand and really break down what you really came out of it with. Because a lot of us, and again, whether I'm talking about romantic shit or not, because I know people usually come to tarot for like, is Jasper coming back? Is Lucy ever going to love me again? Like, that's cool. But that's not the type of time we ever going to be on this platform. We haven't been in almost 6 years. It's never going to happen. Really safe to say that, right? If you here and you watching these readings, and if you've been with me for a while, you already know the whole point of this channel is what we always talk about: personal development. These readings, the toxic shit that goes on in these readings, a lot of it is representative and indicative of the shit that we are doing. Because if you're with a narcissist, that's something in you that's attracting them. So did you do the work enough to where you ain't got to worry about that moving forward? Because that's the question. You feel me? Something fell out. It was face down. The OGs already know whenever something falls out face down, for me, the energy is typically something that is unknown. It's whether it's something that's unknown to you, or whether it's something that's about you that's unknown to other people, or unknown even to yourself. The energy is just unknown whenever cards come out to me like this. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is interesting, right? Because the one element that's not on the table is fire, which tells me that whatever this is has taken a long fucking time. A long time. Somebody's been sitting in hurt for a long fucking time. Somebody's been sitting in heartbreak and blaming everybody else for the heartbreak and not looking at the parts of themselves that they weren't putting in the work to cause other people to even have the space to break your heart. That's like God telling the guy, move the boulder or push the boulder. And from day one, the guy saying, me push that big ass boulder, you smoking dick. Like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to move that boulder. So I'm just not even going to try. Because a lot of us were in that position too. There's no way I'm even going to try. Because there's no way that that shit is ever going to move. My father used to always tell me, and I've said this on this platform before. My father always told me, you either going to start something today, even though you know this shit is going to take 7, 8, 10, 12, 15 years. You either going to start it today and get the ball rolling and do the work for the next 7, 8 years, or you're going to wake up in 7 to 8 years and guess what? The time would still have been the same. Like, it still was 7 years ago to when you first had that idea. It was still 7 years ago to when you saw that first red flag in that person. Because you chose to not make the move the very first day. It's still you. Because somebody's like, it's 7 years. I got to do this for 7 years. Oh, that's a lot of work. I ain't even going to start. But 7 years is still going to pass. So would you rather 7 years pass and you've been doing the work for 7 years, or 7 years pass and you still like in the same place? I don't know. I could be talking to somebody who's been around people who are still. Somebody's like, bitch, is it Saturday or Sunday? Because we in church. I felt that. Somebody's watching me like, yo, this bitch is preaching. Listen. Somebody's been around people. And listen, this could be family, friends, romantic partners. I'm going to keep sweating that. This is not going to even be selective to one situation for most of us. If we tapped in for real, I'm talking for the last 20 minutes, but this is not even selective to one situation. Like, if any of this resonates that I've been saying for the past few minutes, if any of it resonates, 9 times out of 10, it resonates with more than one situation in your life. If that makes sense. Because this energy now feels still to me. Someone's sitting around like, we still doing this. We still having the same argument. We're still crying about the same shit. We still bitching about the fact that, why me? Like, we still in this same energy that we've been in for the last X amount of years. Or for some of us, if it's like really deep and generational within a family dynamic and a bloodline. I come from a line, not me, but like hypothetically, I come from a line of single mothers. and now I'm having a child, or I've had a child and now I'm a single mother, I'm still projecting the same generational curse. Still, someone is still, throughout generations, someone is still perceiving all men ain't shit for generations. Generations of the women in your bloodline claiming that men ain't shit. Well, what is the common factor there? The men that ain't shit, or the women that keep choosing the men that ain't shit? Because there's some men that ain't shit, but there's mad men that are all the way about their business. Literally somebody in my real life, somebody was having a moment. Somebody that I actually love a lot. And she came out and she said that. And she meant it, with every fucking fiber in her fucking being. She meant it. Like, niggas ain't shit is what she said. And it hurt me to my core, because I know men personally that, first of all, I know men who are single fathers and have custody of their children. Full custody. Like, work 2 jobs, have to maintain, have to take care of their kids, do homework with their kids, have play dates with their kids. Everything moms typically do, they do. I know men like that in my real life. And so when she said that, it hurt me, because I understood that it's something in her that got her projecting that shit. And I told her straight up, even in that moment, it's not that men ain't shit. It's the men y'all choosing. The men you choosing is what's not shit. So you need to go back to the drawing board. What about you is making you choose these men that ain't shit? Because then the conversation is different. The conversation then is different. Instead of sitting there pointing the blame at other people, at why something is happening to you or in your life, what is it about you that's bringing in this energy, entertaining this energy, allowing this energy, and for a lot of us, enabling this energy? And I'm using this as an example, but this is not just talking about men, obviously, and this is not just talking about a romantic thing. This is in every form and fashion. Whether you're talking about family members, whether you're talking about certain things that have transpired in your life, like, where is it that you can, because you can't change other people. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's doing their own thing, learning their own thing, going through their own karma, all of that, right? And so we should be old enough to where we understand that nothing we can do will ever change what someone else is doing or what someone else is going to do, right? And so we can't control the niggas that ain't shit, but we can control the fact that we're not entertaining that, right? We can love ourselves enough to where we don't entertain that, right? We can love our children and our future children enough to where we don't project that shit moving forward. So this right here, the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups, for me, that's what that looks like. And again, going back to the fucking title. Going back to the title entirely, because now, I don't know how many minutes I've been on here now. Not only are we changing what we thought couldn't change, but we're also putting to rest, which is what it says in the fucking title, the belief of that this is just what it is. Because somebody for a long time, I don't want to say that you've come to accept it, but low-key that's what it feels like. It feels like someone has come to accept this is just what it is. It's not, it just is what it is. It's always going, if it's always been this way, it's always going to be this way. And so fuck it. Again, it's the guy, God telling the guy, push that boulder. And the guy from day one saying, you must be blind. Because where you think I'm going to be able to even move that a fraction of the way? Where? How? The hammer, though? Yo. We're going to pull from a different deck. I know I've been on here for a minute. I hope y'all got y'all little joints rolled. Y'all coffee served. Y'all tea served. I hope y'all got me in the headphones if y'all need to. Like, because we're going to be here for a while. The OGs know. When I say we're going to be here for a while, your girl be locked in. Like, we be wilding on this platform sometimes. Like, there's been times we've been live for fucking 2 to 3 hours. There's a live stream. I don't know if it's public, because in these really long live streams, sometimes we be talking about some real personal shit, like we be going. And so I know that there's like a few of them that I had to put private. Not only just my shit, because if I'm talking to y'all live about my shit, it's the shit that I'm comfortable with y'all knowing. But there's a lot of shit that is personal, like people talking about in the comments. So some of the lives are private. Point is, I've been live for like 8 hours before. So when I say we're gonna be on here for a while, I don't think it's gonna be 8 hours, but like your girl got it in her. And for anybody who's busy, the live will still be up later on. Let's pull some cards from this deck right here. This dress though. All right. This is the Sacred Sisterhood. For inquiring minds. I like to put the ones over here that I already used, because sometimes I get so in the fucking zone, I'll be forgetting which ones I pulled from already. Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Four of Swords. It's so funny because there's a cat next to her. And if you know me, you know. Got a little soft spot in my heart for the emotions. All right. Let's see. I don't know if this is a conversation. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know if this is a conversation that you had with somebody, or if this is something that you showed someone, or something that someone on the passing may have like noticed, because there's an energy here of you doing something, or maybe you're the one that's seeing someone do something and you thinking to yourself, yo, this is gold. Like this is good. Like this is a good thing. This is like your kid coming to you, showing you a picture, and you busy, you know, fucking Octomom. You got 19 arms. You cooking, you cleaning, you signing documents, you taking temperatures, you're doing all the things, right? And so your kid comes up to you, shows you a picture. Mom, look what I drew. Look what I drew. And you look real quick like, yeah, that's cool, Junior. But then you look again, because that's the energy that they're tapping me into, a double look. Like someone's like, oh. Because then you look back at the photo and you realize, like, this is good. Like this is not just my 6-year-old drawing a stick figure. Like there's shading, there's detail, there's this, there's that, you know, like this is wait a minute, hold on, bring that back over here. You know, there's a feeling here of that, of like the double take, like you onto something here. This is good. Like what you're doing is actually really good. Like, do you have any more? Can you do that again? Like, for real? You did this? You traced this? No? Okay. Because now I want to tell people. I want to go tell my husband. I want to go tell the school. I want to put him in every program. Like now I want to share. Each one's each one, bro. Like now I want to share what you have with everybody. Because I found gold, and instead of like keeping it, I want to show it to everybody. I want to show that you can draw it to everybody, type of thing. This is not about drawing. I mean, maybe it is, but that's just like the example that they're giving me, because it feels like somebody's not gatekeeping something. That's the energy here. It's like you found something that it's pay dirt. It's like, yo, this shit is good. I tasted, found this banging ass restaurant. I want to put everybody onto this. I found this thing that works, could really make some money from home. Oh man, I want to put everybody onto this. That's the energy that I'm getting. I don't know if this is you, or if this is somebody that is maybe watching something that you're doing and feeling the same way about you. Because this, like, if this is social media, it's 2025, right? So if this is something like on social media, and somebody comes across your social media, you're doing something on social media, like your Instagram or something, and somebody like sends you a post to like a group chat, like telling all their homegirls, yo, check this person out, look what this person does, or look what this person is doing, like we need to be in on this, like we need to get with this, or we need to be learning this, or whatever. Like somebody's putting other people on. There's also an optimism. I don't even know if optimism is the right word, I mean, it's along those lines, but it feels like it's excitable. The energy feels excitable. The energy feels like, it feels unexpected too. I want to say that. It feels like I wasn't expecting to turn and see a fucking Picasso on fucking lined paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't expecting to see that when Junior was showing me their painting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was expecting stick figures, if anything, you know, if there was any expectation. And still, wow. You know, like, because that's the feeling too. It's like I wasn't expecting that, but yo, like, this is something. They keep telling me pay dirt. I never even use that expression. So quite frankly, I would be lying to tell you that I even know what that's supposed to mean. But somebody keeps telling me this is pay dirt. Like, this is something. This is special. I don't know what this is pertaining to, but here we are, right? Welcome to the ghetto. That's what I used to say when we first was on this channel. Because, yo, we used to go live from the trap house. We used to go live from a hallway. We used to go live outside. Like, we used to, welcome to the ghetto. That was my handle. The OGs used to tell me, put that shit on a t-shirt. Strength. I was going to say Leo. Strength is essentially Leo energy. We're literally at the tail's end of Leo season, even today. Like, I know most people count today as the first day of Virgo season, but if your birthday is today, you're a cusp. If your birthday was yesterday, you're a cusp. Like, you're technically a Leo, but you have a lot of Virgo placements. If your birthday's tomorrow, you're technically a Virgo, but you have mad Leo placements. If your birthday's the day after tomorrow, you're a Virgo, you have mad Leo placements. And if it's not like a lot of Leo placements, it's like the important placements, like your rising, your midhaven, you know, your Venus, like important placements, Chiron could be in Leo, or most likely would be in Leo. And that's the same every month. I don't know why they got me explaining a cusp. Somebody could be new watching me for the first time. This Leo energy does feel heavy though. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like, I don't know if Leo season was heavy for someone. That could definitely be it, Leo season. But it definitely feels like something changed. I think something changed in Leo season. Someone could have literally given birth in Leo season. Someone gave birth in Leo season to something, even if it's not a child. Just because I'm talking about birth, I could be talking to a man. It's not that you gave birth to a child. You birthed something in Leo season. I'm talking about, this could even be a thought while you were on the shitter, having a thought of launching a podcast, or a thought of, instead of doing it this way that like I've been doing and it hasn't really been hitting, I'm going to actually do it this way. And so when you have that aha moment, that's the birth I'm talking about. Somebody birthed something in Leo season. I feel like for the majority of people I'm talking to, because somebody's making me feel like they haven't even really noticed yet that they hit pay dirt in Leo season. So something that happened in Leo season is going to ignite something moving forward, but I don't think you know it yet. That's a better way to put it. Because somebody, the way that they make, the reason why, right? Because I don't know. It's not like I need the validation, but they always make me break shit down. Everything is a teachable moment for me. I don't know. The way that they're breaking the card down to me, she's looking at the infant. She's looking at the baby, but they're tapping me into the feeling that a new mom would have. Like, you don't even understand yet. In the very beginning, you don't necessarily know. You could never imagine just how much this little, small, tiny little creature is going to impact your whole life. And so, like I said, for the males who don't give birth, right? Because it is 2025, so at this point anything is possible. But for the males who don't give birth or who can't give birth, this child is representative of an idea of some sort, project, something of that. And it's just like this, you don't even realize yet just how impactful this small, I don't want to say children are insignificant, I don't want to say that, but I do want to say it feels in the very beginning like something is insignificant, like someone doesn't even realize someone doesn't realize they've hit pay dirt. That's what they keep bringing me back to that. This could actually be a male who's being made aware that they have a child, like that they didn't know about. It could be that too. Be careful with that. Somebody may have somebody. Oh shit! All right, we're not gonna stay on this for too long. Somebody got a headache. Somebody learned something, and it instantly, their brain is like malfunction. Like instant. They instantly get bamboozled with like a million thoughts at once. Like this is the energy of someone tells you something and you're in shock to the point where you're like, holy shit, there goes my life. Like everything is suddenly different. Nothing is suddenly the same anymore. This changes everything, which a child definitely can do that to somebody, especially if you didn't know that you had a child and now you know you're having a child, or like the child is already born type shit. Like I would imagine a man who has a good heart understands that their life is forever changed at that point, right? Because a scumbag would just be like, yeah, whatever, you know. So this is somebody who's like, this is forever. I could never be the same after learning this. For some of y'all, it's not a child, so don't stay stuck on the child aspect. I'm just telling you guys this way because this is how they're bringing it to me because of the card, what's depicted on the card. You feel me? It's like, if we're, all right, so it's moving it away from a child. It's like, think of a scientist, right? Or fucking Einstein, when he realized that his fucking his experiment, like when he realized what relativity was. You know what I'm saying? Like when he realized, oh shit, things never gonna be different after this. Like that moment of like, holy shit. Because for some of y'all, it's like that too. And it's not necessarily, for some of y'all, it's not bad. I want to clear that up. Whatever this is not a bad thing. It's just, things have to be different moving forward. That's it. Like, but it doesn't feel bad. It just feels like, think of, and I hate to do it, but like to go back to the reference of a child, think of like being single, being a bachelor, bachelorette, whatever, no responsibilities, balls out all day, right? Whatever, chilling, living your best life. You go to work if you want, you don't, whatever, you know, free as a fucking bird. And then now there's a child, so now you have to be responsible. So now you gotta like lock in. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad, so the thing I love to do on this channel, I'm being sarcastic, is use myself as an example. I'm being sarcastic. When I had my daughter, I was 17. And when I got pregnant, I understood things were changing. But I was a teenager, right? Even though I was always a mature teenager, I was a teenager nonetheless. When she was born, though, there was a moment that I will never forget. It brought me to my motherfucking knees in real time, literally. And I understood that everything was going to be different from that moment. Now, fast forward almost 20 years later. Every year, even from when she was born, I always said my daughter saved my life. And so even though I had to be responsible, even though I had to grow up faster than probably what you should, right? I understand now, looking back, that I would have been into things. I would have definitely done things. I would have definitely made certain choices. that could have landed me in jail or landed me dead. I know that sounds crazy coming from a woman. Most guys be like, what type of shit you want? You have no idea. I always say for 20 years, my daughter saved my life. So that's the energy that this is giving. This is something things are gonna forever be different, but I don't want to scare and like fearmonger and make you guys feel like it's a bad thing. Yeah, you're gonna have to be responsible. Yeah, you're gonna have to lock in, but it's not something that's bad. It's something that's gonna force you to grow up. So it's not a bad thing. Hold on, give me 2 seconds, because Charlotte's knocking on the door. Hold up. And for those of y'all who are new, Charlotte's the channel manager, so she gotta come through. Come on. Woo! Did you run in my arms? Did you run in my arms? Did you? Come so you can say hi to the people. They ain't see you in forever, girl. They ain't see you in forever. Say, bitch, I know you did not lock me out knowing you was coming live. How you start the party without me? You want to see your friends are there? You want to see your friends? Go. That's the channel manager, guys. No, you're not coming back over here. She got her ears up like, bitch. Yo, when I opened the door, she ran back to the door like, yo. She's really a boss, though. She's really a boss. She calls the shots. Yo, this fucking cat, she thinks she's human, bro. I tell you. For real, for real. I kind of want to tap in with the comments a little bit. Hold on. Because I know I'm behind, bro. I know. She is so big, right, Chinche? You know what's crazy? She actually, I don't really want to talk about a lady's weight, but like she gained a lot of weight. I think the food that I was giving her before, I always thought she was dainty because she's female. So I just always figured she just liked to pick. But then we changed her food. Let me tell you, I think I gotta like slow it down because I gotta fill her bowl, and her bowl is pretty brolic, and I gotta fill her bowl like twice a day, in the morning and then again at night, because she'll finish the bowl. So she's definitely putting on weight, which I'm glad, because she was really small. I just always thought she was a petite cat, but she is definitely grown over here. Hi, spiritual boxer. I just got a cat too. Oh my god, welcome to the family. Your life about to change forever because they about to run your life. people who are not cat people don't understand, like when you have a dog or bird or fish, snakes, lizards, like these are your pets. But like when you get a cat, the cat got you. Like you, the cat's pet. If that makes sense. Like the cat runs the show. You feel me? You just have to own a cat to know. You feel me? I very much remember the feeling prior to having a person coming out of your body. Yo. For real, for real. Michelle! Oh shit! First of all, I like the name. I love the name. Yo, I haven't... From way back. Yes, I definitely remember who you are. Are you kidding me? Yo, don't be acting up, because you will go back inside. See the shit I be talking about? See the shit I be talking about? It's good to see you, girl. Well, I'm not seeing you, but you know what I mean. See you in the chat. You feel me? Hi, Loyalty 6869. Hold on, wait. Let me scroll up. I thought I'd pop in the chat. I've been listening. I'm a Libra male. I love me a Libra male. But I just been retaining information and leaving the rest today. Thank you, thank you. Of course you're a Libra male and been following me for a while. I love Libra energy, yo. I really do. Hi, Jessica, Jasenia Carmona. I thought it said Jessica, but Jasenia Carmona. I remember the name. Habu. That's a fact. Courtney said we gotta keep moving through our cycles, catching our lessons. Listen, if we don't catch them, they gonna catch us right in the ass. It ain't a good time. I promise you. It ain't a good time. It really ain't. Star! Yeah! Yo! First of all, shout out to the OGs, because it's been a minute. What are you doing? She looked back at me with her big Puss in Boots eyes. Like, I'm not doing nothing. You doing something. Yo, it's been a minute since I seen you in the chat, girl. But then again, I gotta, like... It's been a minute since I've been live. So, like, I've been the one missing, too. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That's a fact. That's a fact, Shayna. That's a fact. We definitely need that. Wait, I got cards that fell out because y'all know I get to chatting. We on here for 9 hours. It's a thing. It's a whole shit. It's a thing. First of all, so the Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups, Six of Cups, Six of Cups. We just had the Six of Cups. You see how Spirit is like, wait. Well, not Spirit, but like my shadow is like, it's a Four of Cups. It's a Four of Cups. It's not a 6, it's a 4. It's a 4 of Cups. No, bitch. It's a 6. Let's count together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of Cups. Why I was trying to make myself believe that was a 4. Something. I'm like, do I want to say that? Because I'm learning how to be real careful with my words. I said it in the title. Something that you thought you couldn't change is now changing. Whether you changing it, whether something, the energy is like being shifted, something, the switch has been flipped. It's a 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the... I was going to say, and the Leo. And the Strength card. There's going to be clarity that comes in pertaining to something that could have been knocked down, right? Or shooken up in Leo season. Now, whether this is something that happened this Leo season, last Leo season, some of you could be getting news pertaining to next Leo season. Somebody could be coming out of jail next summer. That feels wildly specific. Somebody could be coming out of jail next August, July, August. That's Leo season. Somebody could be getting pregnant and giving birth next Leo season. The point is, with the Knight of Swords, someone's going to be like someone's going to be told this. So this is like a doctor telling you, this is coming. This will be happening. Or this is like because the Knight of Swords could also be like getting a letter, receiving a letter in the mail. So-and-so's release date, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I guess this is happening. It's happening. And it feels like in Leo season. Whether it happened in Leo season. If this is something that took shape in Leo season prior, this could be clarity. There could be clarity coming in about something that transpired in Leo season. You could have had a fling in Leo season, or you could have had a fling that ended in Leo season, and there's about to be clarity as to why that is. Honestly though, like aside from all of that, because so the way that it fell out is the Strength card first, the Knight of Swords, and then the 6 of Cups. This 6 of Cups, we talked about this before, right? The soulmate energy, blah, 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 all of that. Somebody could be expressing like, yo, this is really how I feel. I was struggling with expressing this. there was a realization here that I didn't even want to look at. Like it, and I said this to the members. When I first went live today, just now, I said to you guys, for the members, you guys have a reading that's loading. In that reading that you guys are going to see after this live, or that's going to load after this live rather, we would keying on in the video about how you ever hear somebody say like, yo, it's not you, it's me. So in that video I was saying that, but I was saying like, this is for real though. Like, this is like, somebody's not saying it like to be an ass or to be condescending when they say like, it's not you, it's me. That's coming up here. That's crazy, because for a minute there I'm thinking I said that in this live. No, I said that in the video right before coming live. I said it for the members. That's interesting, because that's what this right here, this is somebody coming through telling you what happened in Leo season, or what transpired last month, or whatever, last year, Leo season, whatever. That thing that happened, it wasn't you. You didn't do anything. It was me. It was my thing. I didn't want to accept, or I couldn't see, or I didn't know, or I didn't know how. It's literally what I was just telling the members. It's not you, it's me. But somebody's not, usually when you hear that, it's somebody being condescending. You know what I mean? It's somebody like being an ass, you know, like, it ain't you, it's me, but just keep it pushing, like, bye, you know. But this is not that. This is somebody who's like a dead ass. In all seriousness, the problem, the issue was me. I didn't know how to not project. I didn't know how to identify. I didn't know how to accept. I didn't know how to reciprocate. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that someone's going to be explaining, because it's the Knight of Swords. And we just got the Six of Cups in 2 decks. We 2 for 2 right now. So just like the hammer that happened quite a few minutes ago, I got a few decks on the table. The probability of the Six of Cups coming out again at some point today is high. I'm just going to call it now. Because every time that happens, it doesn't stop until we, you know, finish the live. Like, if I get like a 8 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and I pull from 4 different decks, the 8 of Cups will come out from at least 3 of the 4. Like, that's something that happens. Just like the hammer situation. I want to change the deck up. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull like a few cards from each deck. Maybe not all of them, because I got like 9 of them. But that's what we're going to do. I kind of want to shake up the energy. Like I said, I haven't been on for a while. And we're doing this reading on a new moon day. So I just want to get as many messages and tap into as much energy as possible. Let's go back to the basics for shits and giggles, right? Let's do that. Hold on. Look at this box, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The struggle. This is the Rider-Waite, in case nobody knows that we're familiar. You should be very familiar with what box this is, what deck this is rather. This is like the original tarot deck. Oh shit, Brumilda, you got a cat too? Oh, Snickers! I got a Snickers bar inside. My fat ass. I'm like, I got a Snickers bar inside. That's so cute. One of the stray cats is pregnant, and it's crazy because she's tiny. Like, she's super small. She's actually a kitten from one of the last litters, and she's already about to pop. I'm trying to figure out like who can come and get her, because a lot of the animal rescue places over here are like at capacity or whatever. So a lot of the places I've called to come and pick her up, some of the places have told me like, you would have to hold her for at least a week before we can come get her. I'm like, I got a cat of my own. I ain't gonna make my cat sick. Hi, baby. You wanna come on top? Come on. You're not sitting on my lap. I don't know. Can y'all see her? Are you coming on the table or no? No? You want me to move this? You can sit there. It's comfortable. Oh, you want to sit on the chair. Hold on. There you go. But it's gonna spin. Pendanga, get on it. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm like, let's see what we got here. The Leo card, the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. Oh. With the Eight of Wands. We just saw the Knight of Swords with the Strength card. This is communication. This is literally communication. Somebody has a change of heart. Somebody has had a change of heart, or somebody's having a change of heart. I saw the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. The Hierophant. The Hierophant with the wheel at the bottom. Somebody's having or has had a change of heart pertaining to something that they were locked in with. So this is very wide, because if this is a decision, or rather this is a decision that someone might have already locked into, right? Someone may have already dedicated to something, to someone. If this is romantic, you guys already know the deal. This is somebody who has already chosen to be apart, or to be with someone else, or something of that nature. Whatever it is, you've already locked in, you've already committed to something. You feel me? The point is that now someone has changed their mind. Someone has changed their mind. Someone has changed what they believe. Someone could have fooled themselves into believing that, holy shit. All right, this is specific. I don't necessarily feel like this is a third party. If it's multiple people, like more than 2 people even, I'm like, this is a third party. They keep telling me no. Okay, so maybe this is not like a choice between this or that. You feel me? Maybe not. However, the point is here that somebody made themselves believe something to be true. And in doing that, what they did was they then made decisions from that belief that they're now realizing, I made all these decisions from a place that wasn't authentic to begin with. Okay. For example, if this is some type of situation where it's 2 people, maybe 2 people who are friends, right? Somebody has convinced themselves out of fear, because the only time we lie to ourselves is because we're afraid. Maybe not afraid of the other person or afraid of other people, but more so afraid of what certain truths would mean for us internally, right? What it would mean for us to have to sit with these truths, or have to admit, say out loud these truths, right? So, and again, I'm going to say that again, because somebody's like, bitch, that was a whole word. I know. This is like somebody, in order to, the only time you put yourself in a position to believe something that you know deep down isn't true is out of fear. You do that out of fear. That's where you make that move, right? And so someone made themselves believe, again, for example, there's 2 friends. Someone made themselves believe we're just friends. Even though in my heart, like my heart knows this person on a level that either I've never known anyone, or on a level that it's not, I'm not supposed to know anyone that's platonic. Someone has convinced themselves that they're not in love with someone that they're in love with. Right? That would be the energy here that I'm tapping into, honestly. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be pertaining to work, but this is the example I'm giving. And I guess they give me examples always pertaining to romance, because like I said, a lot of times people look at tarot for that reason. So I guess maybe that's what it is. The point is this: somebody convinced themselves of something, and so because of that belief, they are now making choices based on that belief that they convinced themselves of, right? Which is sounds good in theory, right? Because somebody's trying to live not necessarily authentically, somebody's trying to live with integrity, their integrity intact. Like somebody's like, well, since I committed to this, that means I gotta start making these certain choices, right? Because everything is cause and effect. The point that we're seeing now with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Because someone's changing their mind. When I said that, changing their mind, somebody's changing their heart. It's not their mind. I am so done with life. Did y'all hear the song? Well, I'm pretty sure y'all didn't hear the exact song. That was a bachata song. But in that song, that's a popular one, by the way. And in that song, he's... Yo, we about to end this live. Because why in the song he's singing about a friend that he's in love with? I didn't just use that as a fucking example. The hammer was enough, I think. I think the hammer might have been enough, bro. It's not just changing their mind. Someone realizes that it's a change of heart. And I want to be very clear, because it doesn't even feel like a change. It feels like, to other people, it may look like you're flipping the switch, but realistically, this has never been true to what you were feeling. That's what I'm feeling here. Again, whether this is work related, whether this is romantic, whatever. You feel me? Whatever. The point is that someone now has to backtrack on certain things that they've done, certain things that they've committed to, certain things that they've taken part in, because the whole time, the thing that had them committing, the thing that had them taking part in these things wasn't true to them to begin with, from the core. So if we're talking romance, this would be somebody denying themselves that they have feelings for a friend, right? For whatever reason. And so now they're moving forward and life is happening. And so at some point, somebody could have gotten with somebody else. But now there's these realizations of like, it's never going to work because my heart was always tied in here. And whether this person is my forever person or not, the fact that my heart knows that it's not had or even tried here, I can never be fully into something there. I hope that this makes sense, because I feel like I'm butchering the fuck out of this example, but that's essentially what this is looking like. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe the fact that they keep giving me... You got to move your ass from the camera. Maybe the fact that they keep giving me romance as examples, maybe that's just indicative of feelings. Maybe because this is someone's feelings that I'm tapping into, and not necessarily that they're romantic. Can I have my water? You're so pretty. You're so beautiful. You're not gonna sit there. You're not gonna sit there. Yo, I was doing a video. I think it was yesterday or the day before. The other day I did a video for the members. Why shorty? Come. No, move out the way, because I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them. She's trying to block the camera and shit. Why shorty ran up to the camera and smacked it. Yo, the whole camera went like this. That shit was bouncing for like 10 seconds. Because you did that, right? I knew. This is why she's the manager. She got to always be the star of the show. I swear to God. You on camera without me? I know you're not on camera without me. Let me move this. Hold up. Don't knock down the camera. I'm coming back to the chair, so I know. Come on, over here. Move your ass. I know you don't got your crusty butt crack in the camera, Shyla. My bad. Don't hit me. Why are you being crazy? You don't care that they know that you crazy, girl? You don't care? You're not embarrassed? Yeah, stay right there, because I need space right here. Okay. She came to manage. And make me uncomfortable, because How am I supposed to shuffle like this? With your feet all on me. So beautiful, my girl. Somebody was telling me the other day. They were like, yo, I don't watch many readers because you know, when you watch a lot of different readers, you kind of like all over the place, right? With the energy. So somebody was like, I don't watch many readers, but like I watch like 2 or 3. And all of y'all have cats that want to be into tarot. I was laughing because low-key, I feel like the same with me. I think with the exception of one, the few girls that I do watch all have cats. And one of the readers is a guy, and I don't know if he has a cat, but I think he's the exception. All right. 6 of Pentacles. First card out. Knight of Cups. Temperance. The Queen of Swords. And if I'm not mistaken, and my recollection is serving me correctly, I'm pretty sure the Emperor is at the bottom here. What's freaking me out, if you were OG, you know this. What's freaking me out is that this is my pair. So, how can I explain this in the most simplest terms? Because I don't want to get into like an hour of explaining this. You know how when you do readings and you pull like a Queen of Swords, and so you think that the perfect pair would be like a King of Swords to the Queen of Swords, or for the Queen of Cups it would be the King of Cups. I've never resonated to that. That's never fit for me. That's since I started doing tarot, even off camera, we've gone into this. We even did like a whole mini series of explaining what the royals represent for me when I do readings and how I intuitively pick up on their energies. I did a whole spiel. I think the members still have access to that series because I actually had ended up putting it on Patreon. They were the ones that saw it first, and then now the members have access. The point is that since I could remember, I've always resonated with the Queen of Swords and the Emperor as the pair. So long and short, instead of putting the Emperor with the Empress, because it always came off as the energy with the Empress would be almost too easy and not necessarily a challenge for the Emperor energy. And also, like for the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords being not being enough of, because the Queen of Swords energy is masculine energy, right? Even if it's a woman, it's masculine energy, and so that's a really strong demeanor. It would be a woman with a really strong demeanor, a really strong personality. She would need an alpha, not just an alpha like a King of Swords, because the King of Swords is alpha energy, but like she would need the alpha, not just a alpha. And so the Emperor, the energy of the Emperor can let the Queen of Swords, the fact that I'm explaining this, either somebody's new watching this, or this is somebody's dynamic that they don't even realize that they're in, or they haven't had the right words, and as I'm explaining this, somebody's like, that exactly. Like I've been looking for the words to explain this, or to explain this to other people, what I feel here, because this is a match that most people don't see or don't understand. Like this is like in real life, there's a couple, because this is on the table, so I'm gonna address this. There's a couple that people are like, yo, you guys would, I'm sorry, baby. So people look at you guys and like, if y'all friends, because we were just talking about that, right? So if this is 2 people who are friends, other people are like, yo, I know y'all cool, but like this might work. This works in a way that isn't just cool. Like there's something else here. And maybe this is why someone with the Hierophant, because we just saw the Hierophant, and I just went into a whole fucking example, which, I mean, maybe it wasn't an example. Maybe I was tapping into somebody's story, because before we were saying the Hierophant Somebody made a choice out of fear, because they didn't want to accept certain things. And so they ended up making a choice and kind of like sticking with it, because that's what you do when you have integrity, right? But realistically, their heart was always locked in somewhere else. Maybe someone made a tough call because their belief, there's a disconnect here. Like it's almost like, let's say, for example, when I was just tapping in with the Hierophant, let's say that was the Emperor. So the Emperor realizing the Queen of Swords, that's my bitch. Like, that's my homegirl, right? Like, that's my people's. But inside, like, that's my bitch. Like, that's the one. You know what I mean? But I'm an emperor, and so I need an empress. I can't be with a Queen of Swords. And so she's my friend. And so I gotta find an empress. So I'm gonna keep her as my friend, and I'm gonna do whatever it is I need to do. Listen, the Emperor could have found 7 empresses. I already said that because the Emperor already knows, or because the person already knows, the heart has already familiarized itself with a love, whether you're acknowledging it or not. No Empress is gonna even out to what it is that this person already shares with the Queen of Swords in this particular scenario and situation. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because of what we picked up in the last, with the other cards, with the Sacred Sisterhood, with the Hierophant card. The fact that this comes out is really wild to me. I don't even remember the last time this pair came out together for me in a reading, specifically. The Emperor is masculine enough and alpha enough to where the Queen of Swords masculine energy doesn't intimidate the Emperor. Like, the Emperor gives the Queen enough space to, like, truly be her, be bossed up, be about her shit, and be in her energy. She doesn't have to water her energy down. Which, that's why for me, this always has locked in. Because also, the Queen being in the position that she's in, and the fact that she's a Queen of Swords, means that she's still teachable also. And so it also gives the Emperor a challenge too. She keeps the Emperor on his toes and gives him, like, you know, keeps him like, you gotta stay in sharp. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay sharp fucking with the Queen of Swords. But then in return, what he gives her is the space and the respect enough to where you don't have to water yourself down. You can truly and authentically be you, and it's not going to affect me, because I'm all the way sure and all the way assertive and confident in the man that I am, as opposed to like a King of Swords. King of Swords with the Queen of Swords, that's 2 masculine energies together. So whose dick is bigger? That's the energy there with that relationship. That's how I always looked at it. But when the Queen of Swords is with an Emperor, there's no question. There's no question about that. You do you be how you gonna be, but like under me and with me, you the biggest softy, because that's a man. That's how men are supposed to move, right? And so that's why this for me always worked better than any other dynamic. Other people may not see it that way, right? Other people may think that's bugged out, like an Emperor is supposed to be with an Empress. The Queen of Swords is supposed to be with the King of Swords. But this speaks to something that, even in the fucking title, when I said something that you thought couldn't change, because listen, the Queen of Swords isn't the Empress. The Emperor, as much as, you know, it's the Emperor, it's not the King of Swords. So we could never be together, or can we? Because something is changing. Something that you thought couldn't change is changing. And with the Knight of Cups and Temperance is also interesting, because it's almost like time. Something needed to play out the way that it did. Like, there was experiences that needed to happen on both ends. If there was time apart from both people, that was necessary in order to come back around. The fact that it's a 6 of Pentacles, the first card here, what comes around goes back around. Like, something is, and we saw the 6 of Cups for the first 2 decks that we used. So something is coming back up. It's the timing is right now. The timing wasn't right before. That's always wild to me when I get readings like this with messages that are like specific to like love situations and shit like that. That's always bugged out to me, because every so often that comes through in the messages. First of all, you don't want to put this one away? We not done with this one? Okay. Y'all see her? What? You biting your grandmother? Oh, you better lick me. Y'all saw her, right? All right. So what are we going to do? Clarify, Moochie? With this one? This is the mini. All right. Pero si me joda, you're going to get down. Goodbye. She slapped my leg when she got down. I cannot. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles since Shyla insisted. Let's see what shit she getting us into. You want to go in? You got a BB? Hold on. All right, and now me está jodiendo, so you staying inside until I finish. Go. I gotta make some kind of contraption so that she can like tug on it or something to open the door on her own. So 3 cards. Three cards exactly. Wow. 5 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. Somebody's having a lot of regret. Somebody's hurt by the fact that they know that they're gonna hurt somebody. Somebody, I'm gonna keep going back to that. Somebody made the wrong decision. And I don't think they made the wrong decision like out of a place of being like vain. It's not like, well, this person looks better than that person. I mean, maybe for some people, maybe that's what it is, but that's not necessarily what I'm tapping into. It's almost like someone was trying to narrate something. Someone was trying to live by a certain standard, or someone was trying to convince themselves of something. It doesn't seem intentional that someone chose a partner intentionally to hurt them. I don't see that being the case. The point is that they have a lot of regret surrounding doing that to begin with. Somebody knows that, and they're very clear on the fact that they have to move away from it, because even though they're in it and they're committed to it romantically or spiritually even, as far as their feelings are concerned, their feelings are not in it. Like, their feelings are not locked into it. Like, someone doesn't feel emotionally connected to the person. And ultimately, the 5 of Cups explains to me someone's mindset as well, not just their feelings. Because someone understands, like, it's not fair to this person that we're together. Even though I'm loyal to this person, I'm not going to cheat on this person or, like, do no foul shit to this person. It's not fair to this person that they're not experiencing, like, love. You know, like, I'm not in love with this person. And it's not fair to them. And I've identified this. I've known this for quite some time. Somebody is understanding that in order to do the right thing is going to hurt this person. And they don't have, the intention was never to hurt this person. But, like, in order to heal this, in order to make someone, like, someone setting someone free, that's what this feels like. Again, it goes back to what I was saying to the members earlier. It's not you, it's me. It's literally not you. You're an amazing person. I even was saying this in the reading where I was saying, I said this to the members. I haven't said it to them yet because they haven't seen the video yet, but I just recorded the video and it's going to be loaded after, right? I just was saying, somebody's in a connection with someone that they may love them, but they're not in love with them. And so it's like, this person's not a bad person. It's not like, oh, I'm breaking up with this person, is a fucking narcissist, is fucking toxic. It's not that. It's like, this person is a good person. This person may even provide. This person is a good person. It's just not my person. And I don't want to settle. I was literally just tapping in for the members with this energy, and it's on the table. I low-key feel like, someone's kicking themselves because of this, like really giving themselves a hard time. Like, this is, somebody could have manifested a third party. Remember before I was saying this is not a third party, but it's with 3 or more people. I was saying that somebody manifested a third party unwillingly. Like, they've been cheated on. They've been with someone who loved someone else. Like, they've been through that toxic shit. So they would have never chosen to be the culprit of a situation like that. But this is something, and I think this is part, again, push the boulder, don't move the boulder. You was never supposed to move it. You was only supposed to push it. Why? Because there's work that you're supposed to do on yourself, right? And so to go back to bring that into the mix, it was always going to play out this way. Someone didn't have the intention to create a third party, but listen, when your heart is locked in with somebody, it's locked in with somebody. You can't change that, right? It's like, someone could be a great person, but it's like someone got with someone because they got along, they had good chemistry, things were good, this person was a good parent, a good, like had all the things that they would have want in a partner. This person had it. Like, on paper, these guys look immaculate together. It's the Emperor and the Empress. So the Emperor locks in, but the Emperor the whole time is not in love with the Empress. The Emperor is in love with the Queen of Swords. And so even if there's not actual cheating, someone's heart isn't in it. And someone's really beating themselves up about it because they understand that they're causing their actions, because somebody's like, even if this person doesn't know that I'm in love with somebody else, it's still unfair to them. I'm not going to ever be able to give them 100,000%. And so someone's conscience is eating them because whoever I'm tapping into they aren't a fucked up person. Like, they don't move with ill intention. They don't move and don't have no regard to how they treat people or the messes that they leave in their path. This is not that type of person. It's a fucked up situation. But this wasn't intentional, is what I want to say. So I don't know who you are in this mix, whether you're that person, whether you're the person that's being told, whether you're the Queen of Swords sitting on the outsides doing their own thing. Because that's the thing too, is the Queen of Swords may not even know that this is even happening. Like, the Queen of Swords may know that the Emperor, is living their life. They're no longer friends or no longer in contact. Whatever the case is, the Queen of Swords is kind of doing her own thing and doesn't necessarily, I don't feel like the Queen of Swords has any recollection or like any knowledge rather of like what's happening. Because we saw the Knight of Swords and we saw the Knight of Cups and we saw the Eight of Wands. And we saw the Strength, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So that's energy coming back. That's like the Emperor coming back to tell the Queen of Swords, yo, this is what I did. This is, for the most part, from what I understand so far, this is why I did that. But this is really how I feel. That was the Strength, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Cups that we saw. Usually when we're going from winter to spring, we talk about spring cleaning. Somebody's doing spring cleaning. Somebody's putting a rest. Putting everything to rest, like I said in the title. Because it feels like the Emperor is like, all right, the Emperor went, talked to the Queen of Swords. Now the Emperor is like talking to their person that they're committed to. Like, the Emperor is like rectifying their shit. Being honest. it's funny because, well, not funny, it's ironic, because they almost got me tapping into like people who go to like AA meetings and shit. Part of like the 5-step, 7-step program, whatever it is, part of it is like going around asking for forgiveness or making amends or acknowledging, right? And I feel like that's kind of what this person is doing. Because it's not like the Emperor is going to expect the Queen of Swords to just drop everything and be with them. That's not the expectation. I mean, that would be great, but that's not the expectation. But still in all, the Emperor still is aware that he has things that he has to make right with the Queen of Swords. Somebody's like, you got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. That's crazy. All right, let's switch decks, because this is the second time we see the Three of Swords. All right. Let's do the African Tarot. I feel like I haven't. Noel! Yeah! I was just talking to Soraya about you. We were just talking mad shit about you. Mad shit. I'm joking. I miss you, girl. I miss you. We gotta do one of our 8-hour personals soon. Not for nothing, I'm curious when you came into the stream, because now I'm like, I just was talking about pregnancy for like 20 minutes. So when you came in, for those of y'all who are new, Noel's an OG. And every time Noel comes in, I'm talking about getting somebody pregnant. Every time. For like the last 6 years. Yo, I'm so done. Queen of Swords with the 10 of Cups. Holy shit. Holy shit. But I'm like wondering, like, so the Queen of Swords is off? Like, she's created her own family? Or is this the Queen of Swords getting her 10 of Cups because the Emperor is coming back? You know what I mean? Or is someone looking at the Queen of Swords like the Queen of Swords is family? That's my family, you know? Like, that's my person. Yo, did I show you the box? I don't even think I showed you the box. The African Tarot. Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. The Page of Pentacles, which is my student. Someone's learning about a new beginning, or learning that they even have the opportunity, or learning that they still have the opportunity to create a new beginning. And then the Six of Swords, forward moving. The Six of Swords with the Queen, though, would be 7 swords. Somebody's happy ending is going to be a betrayal for somebody else. You have to be okay with the fact that you're going to be the villain in somebody's story. The Moon. It's no coincidence that I'm breaking the deck like this now that I know Noel's in the fucking chat. Because I wasn't breaking the deck like this before, but I'm just now catching on. It's like, welcome home, darling. Welcome home. The Moon. The Page of Wands, which is the optimism that I was tapping into before. This Moon feels like it's the Queen of Swords. Like it's something is unknown to the Queen of Swords. Because before I even started pulling from this deck, I'm like talking about the Queen of Swords, and I'm like, I don't even really know where she stands. She's kind of like out of this. This is the Emperor's story of what he has to do. And we were talking about that, and then now they threw the Queen of Swords out. So the Queen of Swords is almost like the Queen of Swords with the Moon. It's almost like she's the one that's unknown. Like, She don't know. She don't expect. Death card. This transformation energy. The Death card is one of the cards that popped out. So when I was getting the title for this live, I was pulling cards. I explained this to the members in that video that's loading for them. The Death card is one of the cards that came out, though. And the Six of Swords. And the Moon again. I broke the deck again, the Moon again, and the Seven of Swords. Wow. Somebody chose to keep the peace, made a decision that they were not going to end up being happy with. At some point, they're going to come back to rectify that choice, to make amends. The problems that you thought you were going to face when you first denied something, because if you would have first chose it and you would have first said, fuck it, problems or no problems, this is where my heart is at, so this is what I'm going to do. Had you done that, chances are you would have not had half the shit go down that's going to transpire if you have to come back for this. I hope that that made sense, because it makes perfect sense to me in my brain, the way these cards are set up. Because I got the Six of Swords, I got the Seven of Swords, but I had the Seven of Swords anyway with this Six and the Queen. So the 7 and the 6 would be 13 swords, which is a 4 of swords, which is healing. This is healing between two people. This is great. This is amazing. It's things that I thought I never was going to be able to accomplish. It's like I said in the fucking title, changing things that I didn't think I could change. It's amazing. It's a 4 of swords. It's great. It's good. It's delightful. Amazing. Amazing. But with that 4 of swords, with the Queen, is a 5 of swords situation. This is not going to come easy. Now, if you want this, you're going to have to fight for this. Because you wanted it before. And instead of admitting that you wanted it or fighting for it, if you had to fight for it back then, you denied it. And then you went on, created a whole nother life, or you created a whole obstacle of things, added other people into the equation, possibly if this is romantic, if this is not work related. There's things that now can't come into the situation, that now there's more variables here. There's more to this now. Now it's not just a matter of, can an emperor be with a Queen of Swords? It's not just them two now. This may even be other kids. We saw the fucking Strength card. This could be other kids. This could be two people who were separated. God knows how much time. Maya, Best of Me. I was trying to figure out what song that was playing. Someone could have kids added to the equation. Like if there wasn't already kids, there may be kids now from the outside, like from other relationships. Either way, the point is now you're going to have to fight and prove that this is what you want to do. This Moon card keeps coming back out. The Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Hold on. Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands is a Nine of Wands. The Emperor may have hurt the Queen of Swords. It wasn't the Eight of Wands and the Death card. It wasn't... I don't feel like the Queen of Swords and the Emperor was a breakup, though. But there is pain here, or there is some type of confusion. Because I feel like the Queen of Swords is the one that's in the position of the Queen of Wands. Like, nah, now you're going to have to show me that this is... Because what are you doing? Like, now you're just walling out. Like, what's happening here, you know? I'm surprised I haven't seen the Seven of Cups because I feel confused. I feel confused in this reading. And I think that the Queen of Swords is going to feel that way. Also because this is going to happen out the blue. We saw that already. A few cards in. I feel like once I started pulling from the African tarot, all the royals started coming out. I saw the Queen of Cups. I saw the Queen of Wands. We got the Queen of Swords. I saw the King of Swords. I didn't see all that with the other 4 decks we pulled. I said it, right? Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, and the 7 of Swords. Which is the 8 of Swords. Got the 7, and then I got the Queen. So it's 8 swords on the table. 8 swords, 1 wand, 2 pentacles, and 10 cups. It's that Libra energy. With the 2 pentacles, I know pentacles is earth, but they just showed me a Libra scale. 2 pentacles, keeping the balance, maintaining the balance. Maintaining the balance enough to be able to move forward with something, or move forward on something. Someone's going to have to get out of their head. Someone could also be afraid that they might be denied or met with negativity. Somebody's going to have to tap into like the confidence in them, like their Queen of Wands energy, in order to overcome this. This could be the 5 of Swords. Like this right here could be what's the 5 of Swords. Like this, the Queen of Swords may not be pushing back. The Emperor, the 7 of Swords is what's happening in the Emperor. Like the Emperor is struggling with having to admit that he was wrong, or having to admit that he lied, or having to admit that he made certain choices because of fear. Someone's battling within something within themselves. 8 of Swords. And all of this to get to the Queen of Swords. But had you addressed it when it first came up, you wouldn't have had this issue. So again, going back to the guy with the boulder. You know what I mean? Because the guy didn't question God and actually just kept pushing the rock, pushing the rock, pushing the rock. Like at the end, he was better for it. But had he denied it from the beginning, he would have been asked out. He would have had to do all that work anyway. And he might have not been able to, capable of, because he wouldn't have been strong enough. You feel me? Wow. Hold the fuck up. King of Pentacles. Here's the Emperor. Didn't I say this deck is the one with all the royals coming out? I mean, the Empress, sorry. The King of Pentacles, the Empress, the 4 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. Which is a 6 of Wands. I said this to the members too. Yo, this is... Somebody married for money. Somebody married for money. It was the King of Pentacles, and something else came out when we pulled cards for the members right before this live. And the first thing I went into that reading with was that somebody either married for money, or somebody's using someone for their money. Somebody's still in a marriage because of the financial freedom they would have in the connection. The energy feels like someone marrying up. And even if it's not like a marriage, it's a commitment of some sort. On the members reading, I was tapping into also somebody who, not necessarily marrying for money, but just focusing only on their money and not focusing on their, oh, it was a King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, but the Two of Cups was in the reverse. That's what I got for the members. Because I was tapping into somebody who was paying attention only to their finances and not to their emotion, which makes me feel like King of Pentacles and the Empress, they ain't no cups, it's the Empress. And it's the Four of Wands with the Two of Wands, which is the Six of Wands, which is all good. The 2, the 4, the 6 is all good. And it's all good because someone's now making smarter decisions. They're now making smarter decisions that are divinely guided. They're now utilizing their discernment. So in the members reading, when I saw the Two of Cups in the reverse, they weren't in alignment with themselves enough to know not to submerge themselves into work and no play. Now someone understands, okay, I'm going to get to this bag, but I'm also going to pay attention to my heart and understand that I got to take care of both. It's that balance. It's that Libra energy that I was just talking about with the Two of Pentacles. That's dope. That's dope, because I was worried. I'm like, marrying for money. What type of time we on? No, this is good. This is a good thing. Someone's learning how to prioritize. Someone's making time. Someone's starting to date again. I think someone's been single for a long time. I think someone for a long time was saying, fuck love. And I think now someone's understanding, like, I want love. I need love. Like, it can't be fuck love. Because fuck love just indicates that I haven't grown. I haven't ascended. We talked about that already in the beginning of this live. The Star card. Somebody's either dating again or somebody's rekindling something. The Star card. Something is being refreshed. Something is being rejuvenated. Something is being revisited. Something is happening here. Something is definitely happening here. At the bottom. Yo. Two of Cups in the upright this time. Something is happening here, and it's because it's the right time. It's the right time. Someone may have manifested this. Someone may have always known they were going to come to this. Like, it was going to come back around. The Tower. We're going to leave that one out. Someone may have always known it was going to come back to this, but a tower needed to take place because no one was going to call the first hand. No one was going to make the first move. And there's a lot of cards. Five of Wands with the Hangman. This is a lot of pushback. This is a lot of pushback. This is also high conflict situation. It's interesting, right? Because it feels, from the beginning, the Tower felt necessary. And like I said, the Tower happens so that things can fall into place. Somebody always knew this was going to get to this point, though. The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Someone didn't want to let go of a cup. Someone didn't want to let go of their cup. Someone may not have wanted to offer their cup. Ooh, the Emperor may have been afraid. Being with the Queen of Swords would have been him having to, like, really show his hand. Like, really open up. Like, there was something about that connection that intimidated the fuck out of the Emperor. Because here we're literally seeing the Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. Somebody holding back their cup. And with the Hangman and the Five of Wands, this is somebody who's, like, even, like, fighting with themselves. Like, I should just say something. I should just say something. I should just say something. But they're afraid. But this energy right here is why the Tower happens. Because somebody's like, I should do this. I should do this. I should do this. But they're not doing it. Wish fulfillment. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, not necessarily wish fulfillment, but, like, I think someone's afraid to offer their cup. It's like, I don't want to fall in love. Like, every time I fall in love, it's bad. So I don't want to fall in love. And I've been able to do what I need to do on my own anyway. We saw that King of Pentacles, Two of Cups in the reverse on the members. And so now someone's understanding that King of Pentacles and the Empress. It's like, yeah, I've come this far on my own. Because the Nine of Pentacles speaks of, like, single. Buildings on their own, like building a business. This is happiness. This is somebody who's happy on their own, like has found comfort in being on their own. And so now they're afraid to offer their cup, and even more so afraid because they don't want to be hurt. But Spirit is saying, if it's the right cup being offered to the right person, if you're utilizing your discernment, if you've been learning, right, then even if this is not forever, if anything, offering the cup to someone who's right for the timeline, right, and in alignment for you for where you are, they would add, they wouldn't subtract to your pentacles. How many times we saw the Six of Cups today? I said it was going to keep coming out, right? Okay. Six of Cups and the Fool. This is somebody taking a chance. I keep a silly rabbit because this is like, we've been talking about this for the past hour that we've been on here, but literally this is somebody who's like, fuck it, I'm in, let's do it. Literally, Eight of Wands. We've seen the Eight of Wands a lot too. We've seen a lot of communication on the table today. Six of Wands, which is successful communication. It's good. The communication that comes in is good. I said that when we saw the Strength card, because I felt like the message when we saw the Strength card could have been misconstrued as a negative. It's a good thing. Whatever is being expressed, whatever news comes in, whatever is being told to you, whatever you're saying, it's good. It's good. It's for the higher good. It's for the good. It's to move forward. We saw this twice with the Eight of Pentacles. This is a direct, all of this is a direct reflection of how much work you've put into you. I said that in the very beginning. I went into a whole spiel. Collective. I love you guys wholeheartedly. And I fuck with you guys the longest way. You heard? I think I said it earlier in the live stream. I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys were here or how many of you guys caught it. We're going to be going live more regularly. I'm not going to put a schedule, but we are going to be coming back live. You guys are still not going to get any pre-recorded videos. All the pre-recordeds are going to be going to the members still. They've been already, but they're still going to be going to the members. So it's like all the videos and stuff, like all the content, because essentially they get more. Because I post videos every so often. That's all going to be for the members, but we are going to be coming back live at least once every few days on the channel, at least for now. That's what we're going to step into. And I'm going to do my best to try to set the links in advance. I try to do that so that you guys can get the heads up. The fact that I haven't been going live regularly, I'm pretty sure YouTube is not going to circulate as much So if you can, and you enjoyed, or you learned anything, or you just was kicking it, or you just fuck with me, please hit the like button. Please circulate the video, share the video, however, whichever way. Make sure your bells are on. Turn them off and turn them back on to refresh it. Because we back. We back in motion. The OGs already know, like, it's about to be autumn. It's about to be our season. This is what we do. This is what we do. We've been doing it for 6 years on this platform. Again, big shout out to my Virgos, my Cuspers, and happy new moon day. That's today. Happy new moon day. I love you guys. I'm going to also be posting a lot of things on the Discord for those of y'all who are on the Discord with us. I got to go back and read. I literally posted and told them, like, yo, we're going to go live in an hour. I posted today. But before I even set the link, I wrote in capitals, like, clearing the dust, dusting off the dust, because, yo, it's been a minute since we even been on the Discord. So I got to refresh myself for all of the messages and stuff that's on there. We back in motion, darling. We are back in motion. For sure. I love you guys. And members, like I said, you guys are going to have a video going up either right now, if it's ready, or in the next few hours. You guys have new content coming up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Everybody have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, whenever it is that you're watching this. And don't let nobody's dusty ass son or daughter fuck with your feng shui, like I always say. It's the last few days of, like, decent weather. So if you haven't been outside, go touch some grass. You heard? Your girl been sitting in a windowless room for damn near the whole summer. That's a dub these days, you heard? I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one.